how has it impacted our business moving forward? I think it's impacted dramatically. 2 years ago, I was questioning whether or not it would be a beneficial piece of my time once a month. Even with the business advising and stuff, once a month too as well, just knowing how busy we were and everything else. And I know everybody gets a lot of stuff on their plate every day, but after I started taking the class and realizing the differences, not only in human resources, but differences in marketing strategies and looking at, just what other businesses are doing and stuff, and being able to bounce ideas off of each other and how we can, make little changes that make dramatic improvements, and not necessarily dealing with employees, but dealing with customers and how you approach customers' aspects and improving customer service. The looking at your books and your finances and the different things along those lines where you can, you have somebody that's available to you to answer those HR questions. It's available to you to answer your questions on your bookkeeping or, especially implementing QuickBooks and learning how to run it and the different things that you can do in those areas. And listening to the experiences of the other people that are inside the group. It's nice being able to talk to 20 to 30 business owners once a month and be able to find out what works for you. Some of them are in your field, some of them may not be necessarily in your field, but it's interesting to see how they handle or tackle their own challenges. And the nice thing is the biggest thing I can say is why should you take it is if you're ever questioning why am I doing what I'm doing today, is take the class and hear from everybody else why they do it. And then you realize that you're not alone. And that makes you want to wake up every morning thinking, I can do this, because you know what, everybody else is doing it. Or there's a lot more other people doing it out there too. So it kind of gives you that support system that you feel that, before that maybe you were all alone, but now you're not. Besides time or time management, as I think for me is maybe feeling like I was out of place a little bit. Am I ready for this? Is the business really what it is? And if it, you almost get a sense of a competition because you're always competing with not only dealing with your customers, but your competition that's out there in the workforce. And, people hide their own trade secrets, kind of secretive, on what they do and how they do it. And, I was afraid of possibly having to disclose some of that if there was competition that was taking the same class. But I wasn't, after I started, I realized that it wasn't that at all. It had nothing to do with that. It had everything to do as far as individual, and I was worried about it being more of a class and how is this going to actually help my business. When I got there, I realized it really wasn't anything a class like you would take in a normal college class. It was actually stuff that you actually do on a daily basis inside your business. So you're working on your business. It's not a class about business. It's a class on your business. And that's probably the biggest difference. That was my biggest fear. Is I was worried it would be a class about business and not necessarily on my business. And how would I relate that to what it is that I'm doing on a daily basis, and how would I convert that over into my general practices for the company. So once I took that step, I realized, wow, this is awesome.